Hey guys and gals, my name is Kuars, and welcome back to another installment of perhaps the most underutilized or the most overutilized, it kind of depends on how you're looking at it I guess, podcast on the internet. Today we're going to be playing a game that has kind of had a chokehold on my brain. This game is probably one of the most addicting games that I've ever played, and I don't see enough people talking about it, and that really sickens me and saddens me to a degree that I cannot really explain. Welcome everyone to Nubby's Number Factory, a roguelite game. I don't really know how to explain it exactly. The only way that I could tell you how this game works is to literally just tell you that it has a demo on Steam, play the demo, and you'll get it. It's pretty much that. But the full game has a lot more content than the demo, so hey, if you check out the demo, or if the game just looks interesting at all from this podcast, I would 100% recommend for you guys to grab this game because it is very addicting. Anyway, for this run, we're gonna do a tactic that I pretty much always do when playing this game, which is picking Tony Jr. over here, that you can unlock a little bit after you play the game a couple times. And what Tony Jr. does is it starts the game with 15 coins and immediately puts you in the shop, meaning that if we get lucky and see the cheese house, which we don't here, so we're just gonna say restart until we do get that one. And what the cheese house does is pretty much just gives you around 300 points when you die, and that is a huge head start for us, which is awesome. So that's what we're trying to get here if we can. Anyway, welcome everyone to Podcast SLOP. How have you guys been doing? I hope every single one of you, individually, that's right, I'm talking to you specifically, has had an excellent time, or excellent couple weeks. And for this Podcast SLOP, speaking of weeks, I've kind of thought about implementing these segments into Podcast SLOP, and we're just kind of try these out, right? I have 2 segments in mind for this podcast, and it's not as cool when I'm the only guy here, but whatever. The segments are pretty much what has been the best moment of your week, and also what video game are you playing recently. What, Jesus Christ, we can't get lucky with this game as it seems. But the what's your best moment of the week? I just stole that from like Tommy and Jack's, what was his name? Jack, dude, the Jack guy from Dream SMP. You guys know, whatever, that guy. Those 2 guys also have a podcast called Shut Up I'm Talking, and they have this segment at the start of it where they ask the guest what has been their worst moment of the week. So I just thought, hey, let me spin that out on its head. What is the best moment of your week? Right? That's the question, and we still can't get lucky, as you guys can see, for some reason. Which I don't really understand. Most of the times I just usually get this in like 1 or maybe even 2 restarts, but yeah, we're just having the worst luck of all time today for some reason. But that's fine. Gives me more time to talk about stuff, I guess. Anyway, my best moment of the week. There we go, by the way. My best moment of the week, that is I'm gonna have to think a second here, which is ironic because I'm the guy who made the segment, so maybe I should have thought about what my answer would be before I asked myself this question, but probably last Friday when I went to my uni and did my classes, and I don't know, just in that entire day I liked, cause you know why it just came to my it just came back to me why that day specifically really stands out to me. It's because me and my friend at the campus, which you guys can technically hear in the playing Melee or Can I Win a Game of Melee in my college campus video, but like he's like hyping me up in my first win. That's the friend I'm talking about. Anyway, on Friday, before that day, I decided to download Mario Kart Double Dash on it, on my on that little shitty laptop, and we just played Mario Kart for like 2 hours, and honestly, it was great. I got my ass kicked. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, I really got my ass handed to me. As it turns out, I suck. I suck at Mario Kart, or at least Mario Kart Double Dash specifically, which is kind of weird because I'm pretty good at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I guess, and pretty good at Mario Kart Wii as well, I would say. Right? I'm not like a pro or anything, but like I can beat most of my friends in Mario Kart. But Mario Kart Double Dash is just like a kryptonite to me. I just can't do it. For some reason, the drifting or like the handling in that game just feels weird. But that's also just kind of me coming up with excuses. I'm just kind of bad at the game, you know? Anyway. So yeah, that moment of the week, even though it was something so simple, it kind of, you know, it kind of impacted me, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why it stuck in my brain that much. I guess that's just how much fun I had. That's just how much fun I had. But no, actually, it was pretty fun. Other than that, yeah, I've been having honestly, recently, life's been alright. Right? Nothing extraordinary going on. Which, you know, no problem with that. Not every week or not every second of my day has to be extraordinary, right? I could just have a normal week with like some cool times. And speaking of, sorry for not uploading, guys. For like, I don't know. I haven't uploaded anything since the April 1st video, or even really streamed that much. I streamed Wind Waker, but no one watched that, and no one watched that, and also I got really fucking tilted towards the end because I just kept like failing at this one freaking segment over and over again. Look, here's my thing with streaming. It's that you should try to lie to yourself as much as possible on how many viewers you have, right? Don't look at how many viewers you got. Just talk and play like there's like so many people watching you, right? Just act like that. Just act like there's like 5 million people watching you or some shit, and try to have that confidence, right? But I don't know, that day I just had like a headache or something. I just couldn't do that, right? I just couldn't do the thing of, oh, let me pretend I actually have viewers right now, when in fact it was mostly just Potato. Shout out to Potato if he's watching right now. Yeah. Anyway. Also, alright, this is a very if statement because I don't think this is something that has happened. But just in case, if anyone got triggered from me posting about the Transgender Day of Visibility, which is apparently what it's called. Isn't there... I swear to God, there was like a separate just Transgender Day or something like that. Or am I just thinking of Pride Month? Maybe. Sorry. I guess. Maybe I just mistook them. What does this thing do, by the way? Triggers an electron, passes through... Yeah, whatever. Okay, we're gonna get this. And this is gonna trigger this. And this is gonna trigger this. So it's gonna be freaking sick. And then, okay, no. I think we're good right now. But yeah. If by any, I can't talk, holy moly. If somehow anyone got triggered or got offended from me posting about the Transgender Day of Visibility, you can respectfully fuck off. Like, I don't care. This is, I usually don't talk about politics or anything like that on this channel. Right? Because, unless it's something positive, I guess. Which politics are usually not. Because I want this channel to kind of be this place of, like, spreading positivity, not negativity, right? And, like, if you want, political content, there's a lot, dude. There's a lot of other YouTubers that do that type of content that isn't me, right? So you can go and watch those. But what I'm trying to say is, even if I don't go into like politics or anything, you know, I don't think the Transgender Day of Visibility triggering you is about politics at all. It's basic human nature, dude. Okay? And if we're gonna go into religion, right? Pretty much every religion out there says a different form of like love people, right? Don't spread hate, spread love. Love thy neighbor, right? And so even with that, even if you don't agree, or even if you don't see eye to eye with people in general, I guess, you still owe them to respect their opinion and respect them in their views, right? I guess. But like, in the same vein, some opinions are just objectively wrong, right? I will not say which opinions, but I'm just saying, right? Everyone deserves to live. And that's strangely a political opinion. Right? Weird world we live in, but at the end of the day, you know, I love to spread positivity. Right? I love to look at stuff in a positive way because, I mean, what does pessimism get you? Other than just like sadness and nothing. Right? Like when you're correct, do you look at someone and go, "Aha, I told you so"? Is that what gets you off in the morning? If that's the case, sure, dude, I guess. But like, come on. You're telling me that you really just cannot wake up and be like, "Wow, today's a nice day." Right? Does everything have to be negative? In the same way, right? It's all about perspective, I guess. You guys know that one movie clip? I forgot where it was from. The guy's like, "Yeah, my girl broke up with me. My mother died," or something like that. "My truck broke down. But yeah, I'm good." Yeah. I don't know if you guys know which movie clip I'm referring to, but like, be like that guy. You know, try to even if shit is shit, try to look at it in the most positive way you can, because, well, what else can you do, I guess? What was like the general thing I was talking about? Because I kind of forgot. This is honestly, I'm surprised I haven't played Nubby's Number Factory for Podcast Slot before. This is like the perfect game for this. Right? It's just like I'm not really thinking about the gameplay. Right? Because the gameplay is just this. Right? I make conscious decisions about my items up here. Other than that, I just throw it in there. And boom, there we go. Speaking of games, Jesus Christ, it's been 13 minutes. Woo! I thought it has been like 30 minutes at least. Damn. It's kind of hard. Wow, that was cool. It's kind of hard doing this podcast thing just by yourself, dude. And like, I was planning on the next Podcast SLOP episode, aka this one, being one with like a guest on it, but I don't know. It's like 10 p.m. right now, as I just couldn't be bothered to ask anyone. So sorry. Right. I don't know, it's kind of a hard sell for some reason. Hey dude, do you want to do my podcast right now when we could be playing like any game and with any way? Right? It's kind of a hard sell. And it kind of sucks because, you know, when I personally watch podcasts, I usually only watch podcasts that have more than one person in it, because that's how I like it. So I'm not even making the podcasts in the way that I would like watching them, right? So So I'm probably not even gonna watch this podcast after it gets published, and that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. On another note, ooh, we gotta be careful a little bit. On another note, to everyone that has donated to my Buy Me a Coffee, thank you so fucking very much. It takes a while for the money to actually be processed and put into my bank account, but in approximately April 7th, I'm gonna get $20 in my bank, $20 extra dollars in my bank account because of you guys. So thank you guys so much, and just thank you guys in general, man. I don't know how to thank people, okay? I don't know how to show gratitude other than just say thank you. And let me shout you guys out, dude. Let me shout you guys out. Why not? Even though I'm sure none of you need shouting out from me, but still, let me pull this up really quick. Of course, we got my good friend Dennis, and and the other Dennis, which we just call Dennis 2 now, which these donations are from like 2 years ago or something, but I'm still gonna shout them out. And then we have Limitless, who donated twice, the mad lad, right? His first message, he said starve. Second message, he said eat. So, yeah, he's very contradicting, but thank you for your donations, man. I think he donated like a total of $15, so, yeah. $15 or something else, I forgot, but like, or like $10 probably. And then Kiwi donated about $5 too. Get you some tea and a bag of chips, he said. And yeah, to be honest, I'm probably not gonna get that with the money. I'm probably just gonna buy like a Call of Duty game, like I usually do. But who knows? I might buy like an actually quality game. Like Elden Ring's on sale right now on like Xbox. I could buy that, but you know, who can bother? Speaking of, let's get to our second segment, which I didn't plan on being this early, but this podcast is probably not going to be too long because, well, it's just me. It's kind of hard to make a podcast long when it's just one guy. So, yeah, let's just get on to the segment, which is, what game have you been playing recently? For me, I've been playing, I've been getting back into the grind of playing some niche games, right? That's kind of something I pride myself on, is having a niche taste in games. And recently I've been playing a little bit of Shadow Man Remastered, which is alright, right? It's very charming. It almost seems like a parody in the way it's written, and by written I mean the story, obviously. And the voice acting's kind of like just funny. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but it is. You know, like, my name is you guys want to hear exactly what the Shadow Man sounds like? Our main guy, he literally sounds like, I am the Shadow Man. Like he sounds like that. He literally sounds like, I am the Shadow Man, and I am here to. You know what? I can pull this up. Hold on. Shadow Man Remastered intro. Here. Hear this out. Wait, where does Shadow Man talk? Hold on. I'm sorry, Jesus Christ, that's loud. When does he talk? I'm sorry, I'm like really...
Beacon's file confirms everything I...
Okay, this is like the intro cutscene or whatever. When does he talk?
Evil from bringing about the end of all things.
That's him. That's Shadow Man. I must stop. I must... whatever. It's written like a fan comic, but like, again, I don't know if it's on purpose or if it's like actually trying to have a serious narrative. In both cases, it's a funny game. Another one that I just recently started playing today is Ninja Gaiden Black. I kind of checked out the original Ninja Gaiden, like, on the NES. Before that, fucking hard-ass game. I'm not like... That was just a trend on the NES days, I guess. I kind of get it when boomers are like, games are so much easier than they used to be. Because, I mean, yeah, they're kind of correct. right? Like, motherfuckers were sitting down and playing Ninja Gaiden, Mega Man 2, and Castlevania. Like, honestly, they kind of got a point, right? That shit's hard. I couldn't even get, like, to level 3 in that game. Anyway, I got Ninja Gaiden Black because it was on sale and was, like, literally the cheapest game ever. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, why not? And honestly, it seems like a really cool game. Like Ninja Gaiden, the original, it is pretty hard, but probably not as hard as the NES one. It's kind of like... It feels like an early Dark Souls kind of game. Right? Right now, I'm at, like, when the first boss fight is. And I haven't been able to beat him yet, but... I'll get him. I'll freaking get him. Any other games I've been playing? I beat Voidborn again. I don't know if I told you guys that, but if you guys don't know what Voidborn is, I made a video on it before I beat it for the first time. But should I make another video on that game? I feel like maybe I could, but I'm not sure. If there's like a wiki page where I could learn the lore of Voidborn, that would be really cool. Because it seems like it does have some cool lore, but I'm just too stupid to understand it. If the basic gist of it that I got was like, you are the Voidborn. No shit, but like... you are the Voidborn, and you're given a special purpose to bring light to the void. Or to the darkness or something. What the fuck? Okay, this is the first time I've seen this guy. It's the first time I've seen this final boss. Whatever, we did it. Let's get to endless mode while we're at it. And, yeah, you're the Voidborn. You're given the task of bringing light to the void or something like that. And... spoilers, I guess, but... yeah, kind of spoilers. Like, throughout the game, it's hinted towards the fact that you're not, like, the first Voidborn. Right? And at the end of the game, you fight another Voidborn. Right? You fight another one of someone like yourself. Someone who's been in this journey before, but just hasn't, like... unlike you, right? He's not focused on bringing about the end of the void or bringing light to the darkness or whatever. But so he tries to beat you and he tries to kill you, but like obviously you win because you're the player. Anyway, I think we're gonna die here. Yeah, that's not good. How do we only get 35 million from that? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at Nubby's Number Factory, so sorry for that. Total shots 100 apparently. That's cool. But yeah. Should I just end the podcast like right here? I mean, we did like one run and this is like 23 minutes, but you know what? Yeah, sure. I mean, look, not every podcast episode has to be 1 hour long, right? They can just be around 20 minutes and end there because I mean, look, like I said before, it's hard doing the podcast with just yourself, right? It's hard to just talk for an hour long without wanting to stop and like contemplate your existence. So I think this is a good moment to end it. If anyone's watching this and you're like a YouTuber or you know me in a way, then hit me up if you want to be in Podcast SLOP, right? I want to get some more guests going on and maybe even do like a interview kind of situation in the future, but we'll see how that pans out. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Podcast SLOP, and I'll see you guys in the next Kuars adventure. Bye bye.